In today's video, I want to have a look at Profts. This enchantment, I think, could be banned soon. It's probably one of the strongest cards in the Vivi deck, and we're just playing a Grixis draw discard list with some of the new cards with Fleem or Goben. I think this card is so strong, and you will see we crush all the decks with it. We played 10 games, we won 8 of it. I do think this card could be banned, and how we did it, how this deck works in this best of one meta, you're gonna see in this video. So I went 8-2 with this list, only losing to Mono Red with Needlehead and the Snakes, which is definitely a great deck against our draw spells. And we lost against the really strong draw of a Kona player. I do think this deck is super strong here, and I think Profts probably is a card that gets banned. I will talk about more of this in the deck tech, but as you can see, this card is really performing well in this type of shell. So let's go to the deck tech. So here we have our Grixis Profts deck, because I do actually believe that this card is way too strong, and I can see this card being banned. Let me know in the comment below what you think will be banned, but you already saw Izzet lists running around without Vivi and Cauldron that just win the game. And I think the main reason because of that is definitely Profts' Eidetic Memory. Not sure if I pronounce it correct, but it's a 2-mana legendary enchantment. When this enters, we draw a card, you have no maximum hand size, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you draw more than one card this turn, put X plus 1% counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn, -1. So this makes us having like a way to put counters on our creature whenever we draw a card. And of course, in combination with Vivi and Cauldron, you just have to do nothing then draw cards to get more and more creature, get the triggers and the activation, which is this card is probably too strong for that effect. But in this deck, we don't play Vivi, we don't play Cauldron, you know I don't play that deck. So let's see what this card can do without it. And as you saw in the intro, we won basically all of our games. And our creatures here are just the same, right? We play Fear of Missing Out, 2 mana, 2/3, it enters, draw this card, with Delirium, where we have an additional attack step and can untap one of our creature. So this card is really powerful, of course. Then we have on the 3 slot, we have Thirsa the Light Shadow, 3 mana, 3/3 haste. It enters, discard up to 2 cards, draw that many cards. When Thirsa Light Shadow attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard, you may play that card this turn. Great card to replay cards, but again, yeah, haster. If you have Profts out, you play Thirsa, and you put the counters on this, you have a 5/5 for 3 mana, which draws you cards, which, yeah, I think it's pretty good, huh? Then we have the Steamcore Scholar here, which is a 3 mana to 2, Flying Vigilance. When this creature enters, draw 2 cards. Then discard 2 cards unless you discard an instant or sorcery card or creature card with flying, and we have lots of this. So another way to draw cards. And we also play some of the new cards from the new set. I think Goben is a great card here. It's a 2 mana 1/1, can't be blocked, which is of course great. If you put the counters on Goben and it cannot be blocked, you guarantee for damage. And whenever Goben deals damage to a player, he connives to have a creature connive, draw a card, and discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put the +1/1 counter on that creature. Again, draw this card here. As the same thing over and over. And on the 1 slot, we also play the Marauding Mako, 1/1 for 1 mana. When you discard 1 or more cards, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. It also has cycling too. Another creature we play is Cecil the Dark Knight. Since we are in Grixis, we have access to black. I think this card is great. The problem with going Izzet in best of 1 is, first, hard to deal with graveyard. You have to run counters, and I don't want to run counters, since you want to be quite aggressive. Second, there's no life gain. And sure, you could play life gain cards, but Cecil can flip, right? And then we have this Paladin, which is a 4/4 lifelink. That makes our creatures also indestructible when we attack. Sure, we take damage every time Cecil attacks because of darkness, and especially if we make it bigger with Profts. But we flip it quite fast in this deck, and you see me win a deck just by flipping it. And have the additional attack from the Fear of Missing Out. And suddenly we have a 6/6 lifelink attacker, because Prof will count twice on the first attack step and on the second attack step of Fear of Missing Out, which is absolutely ridiculous. We do have lots of lands to take damage. We have the Multiversal Passage, also a new land here. We have Starting Town to shock ourselves, and we have the Graves here. So here we can take damage. We also play some removals here. We have Bitter Triumph, 2 mana instant removal, destroy target creature or planeswalker, an additional cost to spell, discard a card, or pay 3 life. Here again, pay 3 life if you want to flip Cecil. It's an instant removal for planeswalker, that's why we run this. Then you can make a decision now. I run 4 Strategic Betrayal, a 2 mana sorcery, target opponent exiles a creature card they control, and the graveyard. If you see a lot of lists that utilize the graveyard, like Cavero, Ors of Tokens, all these kind of decks, this is the best card we can play. This is also why we have black. If you never run into these decks and you always run into Kona, then you can play Nowhere to Run here, because Nowhere to Run will go around the mace. So yeah, make that decision there. I went with this, cannot win against everything, right? But yeah, Strategic Betrayal for that slot specifically. We have a Braid here, a 2 mana instant, choose 1, a Braid deals 3 damage to target creature, destroy target artifact, another removal spell. Run 2 Torch the Tower here, just to have a removal spell on the 1 slot. Test Bargain, so we can also scry and do 3 damage if we sacrifice a permanent, that's like an enchantment, for example, or token. And what's interesting about this card is it exiles, which can be really important as well, since we can exile their cat glimmers on like their Vivi or whatever it is. So Torch the Tower here, I think the premium one on the 1 slot. What is really nice about this is, because we have a lot of draw and discard, if we would play against a control list, we just discard all of our removals and keep our creatures, right? One of the other cards we play here is Winter Night Stories, which is a 3 mana sorcery, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. It is Harmonize 5, so we can replay this from the graveyard with the Harmonize cost. We can tap one of our big creatures, which are usually big from the Prof here, so Winter Night Story is a great card in this deck for sure. And to top it off, we have the Quantum Riddler here, an amazing card, 5 mana 4/6 with warp cost 2. A flyer, it enters, we draw a card, and if we have 1 or fewer cards in our hand, if you would draw 1 or more cards, you draw that many cards plus 1. And we can discard quite a lot of cards, we play quite a lot of cards, so Quantum Riddler for 2 mana, drawing the 2 cards, or having this on the battlefield and keep drawing more cards and just keep playing is great. And then I also want to just mention here, we can of course also flip this to Fleem for 4 mana. And Fleem in this deck is quite good, because spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast, which is great, right? And each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. We have a lot of discard effects, so we can maybe discard a Quantum Riddler, and if we have Fleem on the battlefield, we can play Quantum Riddler for 2 mana. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. So I do believe that Prof is probably too strong, and I can see this card being banned. I do wonder if they ban this card. So let's start a discussion. What do you think will be banned? And I do believe this card is way too strong, and if you just see a Vivi or Cauldron ban, we will see the same decks here. And you saw my list with Jeskai Oculus, absolutely crazy strong too. So I don't think there will be too much change. Sure, there's the mono red deck, which is not easy to fight with the Needleheads and all these ping damage cards. But what do you think will be banned? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Profts could be one of these cards? I believe it could be one if they have multiple cards they ban. If not, I think this card will just stick around, and all these creatures will also stick around. So not much will change, I think, even if they ban Vivi and Cauldron. Because we play against that deck and we're like, oh, not again, right? But this is just probably the strongest card there, and I think I can see a ban there. Yeah. And yeah, if you like my content, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. We try to reach the 4,000. Maybe I should say the 5,000 by end of the year. That is a long shot. But yeah, thanks for the support, guys. And with no further ado, I wish you all fun with the games. Here we go. Is Prof too good? We play against Pablo, number 14. So most likely a meta list here. This is our hand. We only have a 2-lander, but we do have Prof here, which can be pretty strong. Here we go with the Mako starting. Okay, well, against this type of deck, usually we fly over them. And we need to find land, though. Okay. Why looking for lands if you don't need lands, right? We got an extra draw, kind of unlucky. If we find a land, though, that's untapped, we unlock our deck quite heavy here. So let's see how we will do. Sage is definitely a bit more annoying card. We have many cards in this type of deck to deal with their list. Lots of cards. Okay, we did unlock something. We still have one on our hand, so... They probably want to block to get a flyer. Then their Sephiroth has to get rid of the nesting bot. Wow. Okay, then they use the Sephiroth to sacrifice the Sage there. Which makes sense. Still have to deal with the Sephiroth though, it's just one of the things, right? I do hope we would like to find another land here for able to double spell, right? And Goben, unblockable, is a pretty good one. So, step 1, destroy this card. Step 2, play this. And then we going in. Right now, their Raise the Past is not good enough, but they cannot do anything against Goben. It's unblockable. So that one, if we get it big, it's gonna hurt. And with our hand, we do have options here, right? Okay, they found a lifelink blocker. Well, it's not a land. I think we should start off with this. Discard these two here. Gives us more draws. Now we can play a Riddler here, getting 2 more draws as well. Then we put this here. And they can double block here, get 2 life. Which I do not care too much. We're just going in with these. Put opponent at a comfortable 2. And this is how strong this card is. It's quite stupid. Just because of one card we're able to do this. I just want to show that I believe that this card should be banned. I think it's way too strong. I don't play Vivi, don't play Cauldron here. I just would play a deck that if these cards are banned, this is still what we can do, right? So here we are. Let's go next. Marlboro. Okay, Marlboro. This time we don't have a Profts, so let's see how we do without. So they're gonna hate me here. Probably fear of missing out. It's too good on turn 2 here. Definitely too good there. Sure. Sure. Good card. Gives them maybe card advantage over us, right? I don't like it, but... Not liking it. This is definitely the wrong hand in this situation, especially if they have a double annex there and just drawing cards. So our strategy in this matchup is kill all the demons, right? I think it's the only way of doing it. Gonna do some damage to me here. Maybe we need that extra damage there. Could have used the Winter Night Story here as well. Just gonna remove the demon they play. Okay, that is unfortunate. So a double strategic betrayal. Interesting, of course. But maybe they kill themselves. Okay. They're going to a 10 here. So it's time for our removal here. And we gonna... There's no demon with 2, so I'm just gonna tap this. We just try to kill the demons. Okay. It's gonna be you. Sure, who dies first? Stay on 6. I have 2 counters, 2 removals. So they have to tap out now for the demon, which I will just destroy. There's no other way, right? Choose something. And at this point I probably know there's almost no way of doing anything here. If this is what you want to do, then we play that game. Sometimes it's okay to have all the removal spells, I guess, right? They need a demon now. And I can kill a wall as well. So, yeah. Here we go. There's no 1-mana demon, right? This is funny. Just winning with removal spells on their demons, but if they play this type of deck, then yeah, this is what we do, right? Have to play towards the outs, and this is what we had to do. Ready? Dofi. Okay, Dofi. The nickname of Don Flamingo in One Piece. We don't have a prof again, but we play Mako, right? We play the Mako route. We have a curve. Getting quite aggressive lines here. So weird. I think we go red and then town. It's also bad. Or we just go red. Swamp. We can go black. Discard starting town. Yeah, it's not cheap, but what can I do? Okay, so if I see Scry, then usually I think they play artifacts, right? Like my first guess. Charming Prince. Didn't expect a Charming Prince here. Charming Prince usually is... Charming Prince usually is something like a warp kind of deck. So we're gonna go like this. Keep attacking them. They're turn 3. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, they don't really need it. Surveil here. Life gain shenanigans. Okay. We got Prof. Get rid of this one. They could have board wipes, right? What? Okay. So having the haster here is huge for us. It's gonna be a 5/5 haster just because of Profts. Which is super nice. So yeah. Just in case we have to. It's not the card I wish to see here. Would have loved to see like a fear of missing out or something. Cannot run 2 creatures. I don't want to die to another board wipe here. Okay, could have tried to go for the kill, but bad feeling anyways. It's not really fun. We still have lethal just with this card. But them playing like this gives me the feeling that they do not have an answer or not another board wipe. What is this? That's fine by me. Okay, it's a life gain mill deck. Well, that's not something you see all day for sure. And we're gonna put this on Cecil, then we can flip it and attack again with 4 damage there. But yeah, Prof is a strong card, right? Okay, that was definitely not a meta deck, so... yeah. I mean, it's hard to make videos sometimes. Sorry guys, it's hard. Because you can queue up. You can queue up and you don't find any meta deck. I mean, right now I have to say best of 1 meta is so many things, so... just play what you feel like. I just wanted to show you guys that I think this Prof is a really, really strong card. And I can see this card being banned. I wonder if people would agree with me on this. I can see it. I can actually see it. Because we saw decks literally without Vivi doing really great. And I think that's the main culprit is this card. Okay. I guess I have to scare them. No one would play here. We do need to find more removal. Of course, I would love to be able to play Profts first, but okay, that's all okay. I mean, they get stronger here, but now we have to start removing stuff. Okay, not too happy about this as well here, of course. The 2 flyers, low-key not good for me. So I can remove one of them, then they will attack, get bigger, right? I have to do it like this. And I get an attack in, so I can lower it a little bit. We still have 2 removal spells, which is quite good. Another bat. 25, 27. Okay, so now they have the spot, right? We'll start removing these cards now. Mm-hmm. You need to get a creature in the graveyard. Need to get a creature, so we have the extra damage here. So that one becomes a 1-2 again. 21. We have a Quantum Riddler here, which can help us quite a lot too. So sheltered here, sure. It's fine. We do have a good blocker. So we're going with this one. Doesn't really... Yeah, I mean, here we probably will play like this. Because you could draw a Mako here. Not the best that this one is so strong, but I mean, it flips, right? It's a good blocker. Do you have removal spells as well now? Profts is just such a good card every time I think about it. If they have another one, yeah, so be it. It's not cool though. I will say it's not cool. I would need one more land here, of course. So we're just gonna drop this one. It's a pretty good card. Because Betrayal works around these ward cards, so we just abrade the creature that comes in here. So we triumph that creature, I would say. I'm gonna keep my abrade here just in case. This is why Betrayal is so good in a sheltered ghost meta. Got some juice here. It's a good point here, right? Okay. Okay. It's such a like the deck is just so straightforward, but it's just so strong. It's so stupid, really. It's so stupid. Cannot be that I just win every game. JVP. Okay, JVP. Got a prof, got this. This is a keep. This is a keep of the keeps. If I have these cards, like, and then draw into creature, of course, that's something we have to do. But if we can do it, then we're already good to go. It's a pretty good card too. Combo is less fun. Okay, drawing too many lands is not optimal here. Double abrade. I mean, they play Kona, right? So have to keep abrade runnings. Looking for lands here. If it's... Well, that is good for me. Probably only need one of them. Could diversify the thing, but I will go all in here. If they didn't find a land, the game is over. They didn't find a land? Well, I mean, they kept the hand, I cannot do anything about it. This is not my deck now that one, this is just... Sometimes you keep a greedy hand, right? They probably had everything except the land with the draw spell, and we're hoping the top 3 cards is one of the lands. Sometimes I do that too. Sometimes I do that too. But we are definitely just winning. Just winning with no break. So, yeah, I think we should start try to lose. It's not what I try. But, yeah, we did face a life gain deck, at least I would say that's meta. We did face this corner deck, but I will not count this. Mono black, yeah, mono black. Sometimes I make video and then in the comments I was reading, I would like to see a matchup against mono black. So apparently this is more often you see mono black. I don't see mono black that often, but yeah. Well, we faced the mono black this time. I would like to see maybe an artifacts list. Would be nice. A control list would be nice. So you can see the different things we can do. Yodaime, 1987. We got our profs here. And we use the passages to hit ourselves. To make our Cecil big. This is literally the only way we life gain here. Have answers for this is a good card. In this matchup. If they play Aura, Betrayal is the best card. Okay, we have to shoot the Scavenger here. Because we're gonna use Betrayal on the arrow list here. I hope they don't have another creature. That's like the main thing. Not cool. Not so cool. Probably want to flip here, huh? I can bait out something here. I feel like they will... Okay. Let me flip it. Okay, they go quite wide, which is not optimal for me. But I don't have a way to make it flying yet. That's quite good. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if they should give up here, to be honest. But I guess we win again. I don't know what I should do. Like, I don't know what to do. This deck is just strong. This is just such a straightforward prof deck. Yeah. It's a really good deck. All these combinations, as you saw in my videos about the Jeskai Oculus deck, it's so powerful, right? Jeskai Oculus, great deck to climb as well, so definitely check that video out on my channel. I think all these Profts decks are just way too strong, but I do want to have black here because of Caveira and these shenanigans. So I have my Beholds, and the Beholds are really good. Ah, that's an interesting one. I have to mull. I mean, guys, I want to prove that Prof is good, but sometimes, you know, sometimes it's a bit, yeah, too much. It's one of those moments. Yeah. Prof's Cecil is kind of weird, but it flips it fast. Okay, 3/4 is nice. Puts it out of range for a braid here. Can have bounce. That's something if they play the Vivi. Well, it's still going to do work. Going to do work. Betrayal, if they play Vivi, is also quite good. That's also quite good. And yeah, Scholar would be the premium card next turn for sure. For sure. Okay, they play a bit of a different list than I expected, huh? So we didn't find a removal spell. I could flip it. I could. But I am a bit scared. This is mono red aggro there. I'm too scared to do it. There's actually maybe, I think honestly I played this bad. I should kept it alive to get that 1 damage, but I know they have Nemesis. They have a bounce. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But that's okay. It slows them down as well. Makes my Cecil a bit more human, I guess. Say it like this. Gonna play a second creature, it's still good to block. They maybe have a shock, because they couldn't deal with Cecil and that stops early on, so I take a shock here. Yeah. -2 on me. They do have bounces, but how many do they have? They had the lightning strike, okay. That's fine. I do have to play it. I think we have to do it this way. I mean, Cecil was definitely our best card. Maybe I should have tried to get it to 4. It's annoying. They have a lot of annoying cards here, huh? Stupid. I'm losing to these cards here. This is a hard matchup, so I'm quite happy to see something like this, to be honest. And then we have to shoot it, and they attack me. Well, I guess we use this as a blocker. Yeah, this is a hard matchup, guys. This is definitely a hard matchup, because I just die to these creatures. Yeah, no. No, that's not possible. They have only Vipers and Needleheads. I'm just gonna kill myself here. Well, that is definitely something that is why, guys, that is why you see mono red in the meta at all. Because of this Vivi deck, right? And so it just proves that, yeah, this mono red deck needs a ban too, right? But does it need a ban if the Vivi deck goes away? Like, these type of decks maybe don't exist that much anymore. So this is a really interesting question, right? Because Viper and Needlehead is so good against me. So good. Like, that's the anti-deck for me, right? And the deck exceeds against other decks as well. So, do you think there should be a ban in that list too? If there would be a red ban, which one would it be, right? Because, like I said, I do still believe that if Vivi or Cauldron is banned, that Prof will still be too strong. And then this deck will still stay around. So, if you would ban Prof, then these cards will be definitely played way less. Like, all these draw discard cards will be played less. which makes their card weaker overall because the meta will shift, right? So I wonder how they're gonna do this. This is something I really wonder. But the cards, that's definitely a problematic one there. But I'm glad to see it. It's perfect for this video. It's perfect for the video. If you have all the virtues, but it's all different colors, it's fine. It's a hybrid claw over there. If they shoot it down, it's okay. Take 2 damage. Needlehead. Such a bad card for me. Oh, it already hurts just... Such a bad card. Well, that's funny. Like, what's going on? Like, the Needlehead is a really bad card for me. This is definitely the matchup that I don't want to face. I do have a lot of removal. Don't get me wrong. A lot of removal. But if they have if they own the play and they do this kind of thing, I'm not happy. I have to start with this because I really need to find something. I do get some blocks here. Oh, it's not really that great. But if we can flip Cecil, we kind of okay. But they can shoot the Nemesis, so a flip Cecil wouldn't even be that good. Keep in mind. It's fine. I will always block here. So they used one of the burst lightning. I can block the higher claw if they attack me and I get a flip. What are they doing? They cannot use this. Well, I block this. I take this. I'm a bit confused about their interaction there. Okay, let me see. We need an enchantment in the graveyard, which I do not have. We can, though, maybe find a discard spell, get an attack in there. Okay, let's see. So I can replay that one, take 2, get an attack in with Cecil. Poor, absolutely risky. Okay, let's do this. This will untap anyways, right? Okay. Okay, going back to 11. I don't know if we can die here or not, but this is how we had to play this. We do have Betrayal, which is a removal. And we do have double attacks with life gain, so they need to shoot the Nemesis. If they didn't use Burst Lightning there, like that, I couldn't have played that exact line. So, yeah. Just need to find a way to survive this, but they have a double village, so they have to play creatures. Could be a lot of damage. 4, 3, 7, 10. We would survive a Boros Charm here. We would survive it. We would survive it. So they have to sacrifice the Slick Shot here, right? And there's no first strike here. So I get the life game at the same time, and then I win the game. Interesting block too. And yeah, okay. That was a hard game, but FOMO, Prof, Cecil, great combinations, and it works against mono red. So yeah, what can I say about the deck? Okay. What can I say? I mean, it's a weird one, but let's hurt ourselves. Let's hurt ourselves here. Yeah, good draw. I will block here. For sure. Don't really need this one here. Can go in. I want to have less creatures, so I trade creatures all day. Okay, nope. Definitely want to trade creatures. Because I need... yeah, it's gonna be a lot of damage here for sure. Taking 3. Okay, so they keep up their protection spells, huh? We don't have Prof, which makes us a bit... Two cards deep, probably better. I take 2 damage, but... I have to go with it. I have to go with it. We have a creature right now in the graveyard. That's one I want to keep. So it's gonna be you. We going in. Trying to push damage as well, and if they trade, like I said, it's good for me. Betrayal is great, but they have 2 creatures. Just the downside, of course. Double armor. Okay, yeah, 8 damage. I don't think they can attack with both, though. That's crazy. Maybe they can finish me with the... They have to have another creature here, right? Okay. So if we discard Fear of Missing Out... Okay, Betrayal makes me survive, right? I get this to 4. This counts as 2. I have a sorcery. So I don't have an instant spell. So I would have to play Winter Night Stories here, huh? No instant spell. But I can put in a land, huh? Oh. This one and yeah, one of these. Which is 8, 5, so it would be lethal. Let's see what they have. See what they have. Okay. Did we manage? Yeah, I told them it's a bit risky to attack there with a fear missing out. Can escalate quite quickly, just have to calculate it correctly. So yeah, another win, which is great for us. As you can see, Profts is probably one of the strongest cards right now, especially in a shell like this. I cannot see this type of deck not being tier 1 as long as this card exists. It doesn't matter about Vivi, it doesn't matter about Cauldron. This is definitely the worst card, and it's so good with like Cauldron and Vivi, because you can just play one card and put a counter on it, and then you can redo it, and it's just way too strong, right? So I do believe this is a card that should be banned. It allows Vivi to go off crazy, and it allows these specific creatures who are already really strong on their own to go off even more. Like an introduction, I just want to start a discussion here in the comment section. Do you think Prof could be one of the banned cards? What do you think will be banned? Because there should be multiple bans, right? I have a feeling this is one of the cards. I think it's too strong, but let me know in the comments below what you think. As you can see, we had a really good run. We had 8 wins and 2 losses, which is quite good. Let me know, what do you think about this? I had a lot of fun playing this, and yeah, feel free to like and subscribe, and see you all next time. Good night, good day, wherever you are.